I've been with this industry, which is consulting and IT services, for over 23 years. It's been pretty exciting. I manage the consumer business unit for Continental Europe, and this is one of the 6 business units of Wipro. And this includes 4 verticals. There is retail, CPG, travel, and media. So several years in this industry, and glad to share some of my insights with you.
And can you just give me an overview of Wipro and tell me about its operations?
So in terms of numbers, we are about $8 billion in revenue, about 25 billion in market cap. And obviously that goes up and down as the market goes up and down. And we have about 180,000 consultants, most of whom are in IT consulting, but many are in shared services, so finance and HR consulting as well. But what really makes us unique is that we are almost 70% owned by a charity. And this is a charity founded by our chairman, Azim Premji. It's called the AHP Foundation. This foundation works with 300,000 schools to ultimately provide education to children who would otherwise not have gotten education. When we are 70% owned by a charity, it means that every quarter, 70 cents in every dollar goes to that charity. And this is something that we're particularly proud of. The other key aspect of Wipro, especially in the last few years, has been our localization strategy. And it started with many of our presidents and business unit leaders all being located closer to the customer in Europe and so on. So this is a strategy that has worked really well for Wipro. And given the digital transformation that we see and the power of digital to drive business transformation, we've invested a lot in not only organically creating this talent, but also inorganically. So that in a nutshell is about Wipro.
I wonder if you could just tell me a little bit about your relationship with JTI and expand on the work you've done together.
JTI has been a very special relationship for us over several years. We started with data center operations, and now we do it pretty much for the entire globe at very high availability and performance levels. Then we moved on to independent validation, and this was a very important initiative for JTI many years back to free up their business users so that they could focus on more value-added work while we take the drudgery of testing. It's a very transformative program, which is all about Oracle Cloud, and we have been selected to be part of that program, and it's progressing quite well as well. As you can see, wide area of operations that we're involved in JTI.
How would you describe the nature of the partnership, and how important do you consider close collaboration to a successful project?
This is really important question for us. Fundamentally, we are aligned to help JTI achieve its vision of being the number 1 tobacco company in the world by 2030. And it all starts with senior management. The executive sponsor of the relationship is Srini, our president, and he's got a really good business relationship with Atik, the CIO, as well as some of the key contacts at JTI. Our relationships don't stop there. At different levels, the executive senior management levels, as well as middle management. But, it's not just about relationships. They are based on the bedrock of delivering success. So it's about keeping our promises, making promises that we can keep, and ultimately keeping those promises. But it's also about bringing innovation to JTI. We bring ideas to the table, and ultimately, as JTI is moving to new models of working, alternative products that help them differentiate in the marketplace, it's about how Wipro can bring new ideas to the table and help them achieve that vision.
And what do you see as the key trends or technologies that will be key to kind of the future development of the partnership?
We see digital and technology driving a lot of decisions and change in the world today, especially in organizations like JTI. An example is the IoT blockchain space. So one challenge that this industry faces is counterfeit or duplicate products. This not only causes leakage of revenues, but also the government, who get a lot of tax revenues that we lose. I think blockchain can be a fantastic use case to help solve that problem because there's immutability throughout the value chain. Another good example is cloud, and people move to cloud to get advantages of OPEX, right? So they have variability of spend and visibility of spend. But I think the real advantage comes from using the features that are available in the cloud, like artificial intelligence and like chatbots and so on, which give a great experience and efficiency to operations. Third example is analytics, and this is really important as organizations like JTI try to understand their customers and consumers better. It's about getting real insight into users so that you can cross and upsell better and give them what they're looking for. So in short, we hear the adage that software is eating the world. Almost every industry company worth its salt is using software and technology to differentiate themselves. JTI is no different. And we as technology partners to JTI are always thinking and contributing to helping ultimately achieve JTI's vision of being the number one tobacco company in the space by 2030.